Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, we're obviously no longer in politics season, and as you know, during the downturn, I always make the shift to clips and culture. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Well, what I've been trying to do, especially the last couple of days, I'm just on the hunt for interesting clips that I think tell a bigger story, and boy do I have the clip for you on this one. So I just happened to stumble across a video that in my view pretty much sums up the state of the modern left, and really deeply highlights the hypocrisy of the modern left. And surprise, surprise, it's one of those car videos once again. I'm not exactly sure why these mental breakdowns always seem to be happening to these left-wing women on their drive to Starbucks. But alas, the cringe, unhinged car video strikes again. This is exactly what's wrong with the modern left. They are everything they claim to be fighting against, everything they claim they hate. They are the party of racism, the party of intolerance, the party of bigotry. And let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that, but this video is actually brought to you guys by a sponsor, so let's first play that clip. This video is brought to you guys by Ground News. Well folks, we're once again in the Trump era, and you know exactly what that means. That means the media establishment is in full-on spin mode. In an information war, your biggest weapon is clarity, and that's where Ground News delivers. Folks, Ground News is the best news aggregator in the business, and they don't just aggregate the news, they got tools that take it to a whole new level, and their flagship tool is their blind spot page. Basically, you want to see the news that the mainstream media doesn't want you to see? Well, on Ground News' blind spot, you could see exactly that. Take this one, for instance. New York Attorney General Letitia James is now being investigated by the FBI for mortgage fraud. It's a huge story. That almost seems like mainstream media blackout on the story. I wonder why that is. Well, Ground News' blind spot shows you that for every single story out there. In times like these, you need to stay informed. You need to understand what's going on, and that's why I cannot recommend Ground News enough. And of course, here's the deal. I'm here to offer you guys an exclusive Liberal Hive Mind Ground News offer by simply clicking the link down below, that's groundnews.com/hivemind, or scanning the QR code on screen. You can get 40% off their Vantage plan. That's 40% off for full spectrum clarity in this rigged media landscape. Go ahead and take advantage of the promotion. A huge thank you to Ground News. Now back to the video. All right, folks. So now just take a look at this unhinged rant. This is the type of stuff that passes as political commentary in the world of lunatic TikTok. Take a look.
We need to start treating red hats, MAGA, like racist people treat black people. If you're a woman and you're walking down the street and someone wearing a MAGA hat is walking toward you, I need you to clutch your purse and I need you to cross the street. If you get sat in a restaurant next to a MAGA person or near a MAGA person, I need you to request a new table. If you work in retail and you see a red hat in the store, follow them around. If you're a receipt checker at like Walmart or Costco, take extra time to review their receipts, count their items, make it inconvenient. If you roll up to a red light and you look out your window and you are next to a MAGA person, make eye contact and then roll up your window. If you see a MAGA woman with multiple children out somewhere, strike up a conversation and then ask if all the kids have the same dad. If you see a person in a red hat walking around your neighborhood, figure out a way to report a suspicious person. Whether that's calling the cops, just making a comment on your Ring app, or updating your local neighborhood Facebook group. If you're on any form of public transportation and you see one of these people sitting and there's an open seat next to them, choose to stand. And if they offer you the seat, say, "No, I'm good. Please note that I did not say thank you." If you're forced to engage with them, ask them where they're from. And when they tell you that they're from Ohio or West Virginia or something like that, say, "No, but like where are you really from?"
This is the worldview, folks. It's absolute bigotry. It's the definition of bigotry. And look, we're not going to play the dismissive game that the left loves to play. Oh, that's just a fringe individual who doesn't represent the totality. Give me a freaking break. This isn't fringe. This is the mainstream. This is basically the behavior the left has been engaging in from the absolute bottom, just your random unhinged Starbucks employee on their break recording a video in their Honda Civic, to the absolute tippy top. This is what these people believe. The people should be treated treated differently because of their political beliefs, that they should be avoided, glared at, treated differently, followed around in stores, viewed as suspicious. I mean, do you notice much different from what you heard in that clip and what Maxine Waters said not so long ago?
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd, and you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome.
And speaking of this suspicion and increased and heightened focus on MAGA voters, well, it kind of falls in line with a lot of the stuff that's coming out with the Biden administration, weaponizing the justice system to keep tabs on suspicious Trump supporters. In fact, now we're even learning, thanks to Tulsi Gabbard, that during the pandemic, the Biden regime was putting dissenting voices on terror watch lists.
Personally, just 24 hours after I criticized Kamala Harris and her nomination, I was placed on a secret domestic terror watch list called Quiet Skies. Sadly, there are more examples. The bottom line is this must end.
The party of tolerance. Give me a frickin' break. They brand themselves as the side of love, tolerance, and acceptance. They tell you that they're the anti-fascists. But what's more fascist than turning your political opponents into untouchables? You wear a red hat, then suddenly you're public enemy number one, right? Not because you did anything, not because you said anything, but just because you think differently. One word: dehumanization. That's the behavior they're engaged in. And of course, sometimes sprinkle in a little bit of racism, right? Because we all know, as much as leftist cult members hate conservatives, there's one thing that they save their special high-level venom for, their high-level ire, and that's not conservatives, no, that's the black conservative. Yeah, nothing says tolerant and uplifting black voices like attacking, demonizing, and dehumanizing any black person who happens to think differently. Oh, that's not a real thing, you just invented that. Yeah, as if the Los Angeles Times didn't call Larry Elder the blackface of white supremacy, as if it's not a constant thing that's happening all the time.
Uncle Tom.
Oh, now I'm an Uncle Tom.
You are, and you're fat, and you're bald, and you're 60 years old.
And I would like you, as a member of Congress, to rise up and support LGBTQ plus youth and stop this insane attack on our children who know who they are.
Number one,
no. Of course you're not, because you're a fascist. You're a trace. You're a race traitor, and you're a fascist.
I mean, just disgusting behavior. And that's the unspoken truth here, at least in the mainstream media world. The left doesn't believe in diversity of thought. They only believe in uniformity. And if you break ranks, they come after you harder than anyone else. That's why they absolutely cannot stand when black people are Republicans, because in their view, they own you. These people are the fascists. They are the racists. They are the bigots. And it goes from the bottom all the way to the tippy top. And so the next time somebody tells you that the left is the side of tolerance, inclusion, compassion, or as Nancy Pelosi always puts it, her favorite political tool, the kids.
My whole mission in politics is about the children, for the children.
Nancy Pelosi and her famous coveted line, the kids, the children, the children. Yeah, the next time somebody tells you that the Democrat Party represents any of that stuff, just remember this video. They're the people who say that you should be treated as second class, as a criminal for simply wearing a hat or voting the wrong way. Remember how quickly these people abandon their principles the second someone steps out of line. Tolerance doesn't mean agreeing with everyone. It means respecting someone's right to disagree. It means believing that some people can hold different opinions without being labeled the enemy. But clearly, the American left has totally forgotten that. They truly and genuinely believe that you are the enemy for simply thinking different, and that tells you all that you need to know about these people. They aren't what they say they are, they're what they're pretending to fight against. And just really think about how pathetic this political side really is. If you need to demonize half the country to make your point, well then maybe your point just sucks. Maybe you suck. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.